It's Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
If anyone knows what we're referencing, well done to you, first of all, because is that 205 Live?
Must be 205 Live, yeah. With the purple ring and all that stuff.
Wow, that's a reference and a half.
Dark days, dark times.
Wow, well,
We've come so far.
We are here to Sam's On Wrestling. I am Sam and I am joined by the fetus that is Baby Sam. And this is the Power Ranking Series. And we are looking today at Alicia Fox. If you are unfamiliar with our Power Ranking Series, here's how it works. We take a wrestler, male wrestler, female wrestler, or a tag team wrestler, and we give them a score out of 10 in 10 different wrestling categories. We then combine our scores together to give an overall score out of 200 and then land them on our leaderboard to see who's going to be the greatest overall wrestler of all time. Why are we looking at Alicia Fox? Because it's WrestleMania season.
And she is Mrs. WrestleMania.
I wanted to look at, so everyone goes, oh, WrestleMania. I wanted to look at somebody who gets onto WrestleMania, and if you said when, everyone would go. If I then told you that she's won a match at WrestleMania.
Which one?
No idea. She's been at 3 Manias, Sam. She's one of those collective of throw the women in a match. Yeah. Throw them in the match. Do you remember back in that was a thing? It was, here's a 10-man tag. Go on, off you go. Go do something.
Snooki's in there somewhere.
Oh, it's awful. I'm so happy we live in the age we live in now. You didn't really grow up in, like, Attitude Era when there was good wrestlers, but you grew up in the era where they went, and 2 minutes. Oh, God, it was awful. And she kind of was a part of that.
Oh, let's be frank.
Yeah, she was. But she was able to last how many years?
It's insane. It was like she just kept being there.
She was the veteran.
People just didn't notice that she was there. And it's like, oh, Alicia Fox is randomly here. And it's a 2-week angle.
I have a feeling that they had the release section, and Alicia came in with a little rubber and was like, rub out my name, handed it in, and she just kept doing it.
Yeah.
I believe she would be good enough to do that.
It's just that one random employee that is still there despite...
I reckon she made good coffee.
Great coffee. Like, it's just... She always looked busy. She looked busy, like she was important.
The boss is there, bar shuffling papers, shuffling papers.
Hello,
busy. Phone call.
He's just really working hard in catering recently. I feel horrible.
Hey. That Northern Lights suplex.
We've got to talk about it.
And we will.
It's the only thing
but before we do, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And let's find out where Alicia Fox ends up on our ranking list. We start with the wrestling ability, the ability to do moves in the ring. Sam!
We're essentially scoring her Northern Lights suplex. That's
you
all
can't
that she
score
can do.
a move. I actually think she has another good move, which I might talk about later.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I've given her a 4.
I went 5. I'm
very generous.
Yeah,
do you like Alicia Fox?
It's as generous as I'm going to get.
Yeah, oh, fair enough. She never, in my eyes, dramatically improved. If you compare to where she was, let's say 3 years in, when she's done, you're no longer just a diva and all that jazz. You want to start wrestling. To where she was at the end, I can't tell much of a difference.
I'm already just... on reflection going 4 now.
Yeah.
Because I actually go, because there's some wrestlers you go, oh, they actually weren't sloppy and they wouldn't botch. No,
she did.
She did. She'd have some sloppy footwork.
They didn't put her in the ring that often for a reason, and they never gave her a chance. She was Divas champion at one point, wasn't she?
Was everyone.
That is true. I was once. Yeah. But I like butterflies. But for me, she was given 3 minutes, and maybe she didn't get to show us what she could do. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I think she did.
I think she did as well.
But what a great Northern Light suplex.
Incredible.
It is actually the best one in the business.
Yes.
She's so tall. She's so tall that kind of arch is just so good. Because I'd always go with, sadly, mentioning this person's name is Benoit. I'd always have the best one. But no, that's so much better. It's a great Northern Light suplex. We move on to their storytelling, the emotions they evoke in the ring, the stories they tell in the ring. Is there any storylines to go with?
A true general of the ring, a master of psychology. 2.
I went with 3.
Yeah.
I didn't put her in the bad section.
She would do taunts.
Yeah.
She kind of worked the crowd a bit.
She got a character over.
Yeah.
She told the story that she was allowed to tell. I don't know if she couldn't do any in-ring work storytelling, but I think she got a character relatively over. You wouldn't watch Alicia Fox go, you are vague or you are generic. You cannot tell me that for the majority, particularly later on in the career when she got a gimmick, that she was generic, especially when she's telling a story. So I think she has to be at the bottom end when it comes to the women's rankings.
Yeah, I've just gone with the 2. If I find myself watching an Alicia Fox match, I've made a mistake. Ultimately, as much as, you know what, she's brilliant.
Do you know what? Somebody said something on Twitter that my brain just didn't like, right? And they were doing this thing going, people like different things. If you don't like it, then you just turn off. And wrestling's very... And I went, hang on. The whole point of wrestling is it's a variety show. If everything's the same, then if I don't like that one thing, I'm going to turn off the whole thing. But if I like the show, I'm not going to turn off when something is on. No. So I am going to complain if I don't like something, because I want to get to the thing I do like. You can't go, if you don't like it, just don't watch them. No, I don't like that.
That's like saying, okay, I support this football team. As soon as they start doing badly, I don't watch them. It's like, no, you want this thing to be good. And it's also, well, you can do bad things with a character that you like. So you might want to watch Cesaro, but you're going, what are you doing with Cesaro?
Yeah, exactly.
So I have an opinion, as long as it's respectful.
Exactly.
And maybe mine then wasn't, but...
And again, screw Alicia.
You know what? Fair dues to Alicia Fox. You've had a wonderful career, far more than ever in my life.
Hey, she was able to last because of the superb stapling that she used to be able to do. So, you know.
There you go.
She told a story of staples. Promo skills, their ability to talk or to be able to cut a promo. Sam?
I think 3 is the correct score. You disagree? You're going to go 7 or something,
I've got 6.
Okay.
I thought she could really talk. I actually thought she was actually really funny and really entertaining. I think particularly the end when she started playing her crazy gimmick and, lots of screaming and lots of yelling and shouting, I actually thought that was really good. I actually enjoyed, I didn't want her in the ring, but anytime she was doing skits and stuff, I thought she was really good, and I thought that was actually coming through in how she talked. I actually thought she was good. I think you've been unbelievably harsh.
I think, at least she gave a character across. I never really...
She's not going to cut a 50-minute promo. I'm talking about these skits
everyone
backstage.
has to. Not everyone has to, but for me... Maybe 3's harsh.
I think it is.
Maybe
6 might be generous, but I think 3 is harsh. No, I really enjoyed when she got to do some skits backstage.
I get that she showed personality, and fair dues, so maybe that's harsh.
And she had a
it never really
hat.
Worked for me. It's like, it just seemed a bit like it didn't have much to it. I'm yawning talking about it, so that says everything you need to know. You've made me talk about Alicia Fox for 15 minutes. This is why you paid me the big money. I'll do this for you. Didn't work for me. Maybe that's I'm being a bit too biased for my personal taste.
I think so.
But I'm going with it.
Because I don't enjoy it, but I enjoyed that.
You can at least respect someone being creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm going with the 3. I'm sorry. I feel bad, but you know what? I don't feel too bad. So.
We move on to their look, their general appearance, what they wore and all that jazz. Sam, what have you gone for Alicia Fox?
I have gone with 5.
I've gone 6.
Yeah, I think she always had interesting different attires.
Sparkly hat.
I love that sparkly hat.
I love that sparkly hat.
I think
she was like a glitter ball.
Yes, exactly. I thought she always had some kind of interesting look. Even when she was with the Bellas, she kind of fit in with them a little bit, but kind of put her own take on it.
She did fit in with them actually, surprisingly well. Because this thing, sometimes we talk about people like Candice Michelle, and we have to talk about their appearance and how beautiful they are, because that's the gimmick and that's what divas were. But she came out of the divas era and spent a fair whack of time from the evolution that happened when all that lot turned up. So we kind of have to discount it. Beautiful lady, of course. So I'm kind of going on the overall aesthetics, and I think she had, I would say, decent aesthetics. But then loads of other cool people came with really great looks.
Yeah.
Around the same era, so you can't.
Yeah,
right.
And I did always like her hair. It was quite 50s retro, curly, short. I think that was unique. Not other.
And that style of hair is really hard to style. America haven't quite worked out how to style that hair. Britain is even worse, and they've really got it well. I think. I agree with you. Actually, I think 6 and 5 probably about right. We move on to their entrance and coming down to the ring. Sam, entrance.
4.
I've got a 3.
Yeah, I could very much go with 3 as well. I think she always gave a bit of character when she came out. But the music, no.
I can't even remember her music. Again, I looked it up before this, and I can't remember any of it about it. She had no entrance, but again, all the women from pre-2014 didn't have one.
Because you don't have time for an entrance.
So You've got 5 minutes.
Get down.
Get out there.
Now.
Oh, essentially. Sucked, man. I'd like to have seen her be trained.
Yeah.
If they'd have found her now, with the WWE ID system and WWE NXT and all that jazz, if she'd have got trained, because she's clearly very athletic, and she's clearly great with a character, what could she have done if they just gave her that more? And obviously came when women, were given that push.
Well, we can't forget about a match with Melina, Cameron's favourite match of all time and Tough Enough Sam. It's iconic.
It might go in a Hall of Fame one day.
It really could. It's Austin's face.
Who? Which I think sums up this ranking of Alicia Fox. Her work as a heel, her work as a bad guy. Sam, heel work.
I'm going 4.
I've gone 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it a lot of as her part of the Bella faction. I think she's a lovely foil as a third. I think it's underrated, the actual skill of being a foil for someone.
Yeah, you make a valid point.
Yeah, I think you could always just throw her in somewhere and she'd be okay. Yeah.
She always worked the heel really well. The over-the-top character, which kind of Chelsea Green has taken and really run with. I think Chelsea Green, if you look at it, Alicia Fox is like kind of almost the guiding light towards it.
So that Chelsea Green can run.
And then broke her arm. And then came back running.
Yes.
Oh, I love Chelsea Green. Jesus Christ. Chelsea Green is essentially what Alicia Fox needed to do effectively. Because Chelsea doesn't do much in the ring.
She's been given the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, and that's well, maybe there you go. We were talking about what she'd been like now. She probably would have been Chelsea Green. So it's fine. Heel work's decent. It's okay. It got a reaction, but it didn't get a massive reaction. But in 2012, 2011, it was enough. So we move on to their babyface work. Their work as a face. Sam?
It's a 2.
I've gone 3. I think the fun and the gimmick of that lot, there's not much else to go on. I can't grab on to much as a babyface. I know she was okay at it, and I know she got laughs, and I think someone gets laughs, ergo drops them out of the 0-1-2 section in my eyes, but I couldn't go any further. She got a laugh.
How many? A laugh, maybe. How many?
Hey, in WWE, particularly pre kind of now and post, let's say, the Ruthless Aggression era, how many laughs were you getting?
Oh, no one was laughing.
No one was laughing
about that.
No one's laughing. So therefore, she gets a 3 for at least
making you laugh once.
Making me laugh maybe once.
Yeah, she did make me laugh once. So I'm going 2. Yeah.
If I could find a video of Alicia Fox making you laugh, can you go up to a 3?
If I did this, like that, maybe it gets to 3, but it's yet to happen in my life.
What's a 4 out of 10 laugh?
Oh, like a... like that.
That's how I laugh at wrestling, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, I love R-Truth, but that is how I laugh at hard.
Yeah.
We move on to gimmick and personality. Sam, you're going to go wrong here, aren't you?
Am I going wrong?
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, we've talked about this, and you've been really harsh. So if you've been harsh on promo, you're going to be harsh on gimmick and personality.
I'm going 3.
It's a 6. You're wrong.
Deal with it.
She's a 6. She's got so much personality. She was able to last that long because she had personality. It wasn't for in-ring work. It wasn't like for look. They weren't selling
coffee.
Her. No, it's not. We're going to kill the stationary gimmick and give her some due. Her character work is the reason she stayed for, 14 years?
Yeah.
Her gimmick was really good. She had great personality. They put her in so many skits because she had that personality. She made people laugh. She invoked reactions. Ergo, you have to say she had a decent gimmick. You cannot give it a 3, you mean man.
Give it a 4.
Yay! It's not that high a score you've given it.
No, I gave her a 5.
Yeah, I gave 5. I'd actually genuinely liked her gimmick. Around 2015 sort of region.
I get it. It just wasn't for me, but I get it. So I can give it a 4.
Nice,
begrudgingly.
Nice objectiveness, Sam.
You're welcome.
I had to mark Alberto Del Rio.
Sometimes being biased is fun, okay? Sometimes it's fun to be wrong.
That's what controversial takes for, not on the power rankings. Over and a draw. How over they were with the crowd, how much money did they make, and she made none. And got very few reactions outside of her. So I've gone with the 2.
I've actually gone high. I've gone 3.
You mean man! Wait, hang on, that's wrong.
No.
You mean man!
But you're correct.
I am spot on.
Yeah.
I love her, but she wasn't over it. So a skit doesn't mean you're over because they then didn't do anything the next week and no one was like, oh, I want to see her do another skit.
All I'm going to say, and I don't even believe the point that I'm making here, but
I'm going to frame this.
Yeah.
I'm going to frame it. I'm going to put a frame around it.
To last that long, you've got to have something. That's as articulate as I'm going to go for that point. That's as...
Well, the frame has just fallen off.
Yeah.
It's on the floor.
We burst a pipe, put the nail in.
I can't give her anything above 2. The fact that she has been there 14 years is why I'm actually giving her such a low mark, because she did
had so much time.
Nothing and hardly got any reactions. I reckon if she actually returned now as a surprise in the Royal Rumble, I don't think anyone would care.
About 2 seconds and then they'd remember, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel
Do you
mean
remember
doing these videos.
Do you remember the moment she had with Maria at that women's Royal Rumble with the hat, and then they squished the hat and they did the thing in the middle of the ring, and it was one of the most awkward and most painful. I can't remember which Rumble it is. There's a crowd there, so it might be 19. I'm thinking it's 2019 when Becky wins, and oh my god. 2 people who couldn't wrestle yelling and having a tantrum over a hat.
So I mean, you think the hat's amazing? Clearly, no one else thinks that's amazing.
Maria squished the hat.
Yeah, so clearly you're the only person who remembers or reveres this hat in any way, shape, or form, and you think it's a character having a hat, and therefore I've got to put my score up because she has a hat on. I can wear a hat. I just choose not to.
Maria squished the hat. We always end on a finish, so we're going to look at her finisher, which I believe is the scissors kick.
It is the scissors kick,
which
yes.
I have to admit, I really like.
I like it.
I've given it a 6.
I gave it 4.
I really like it. It's below average.
Look, we're talking Alicia Fox here.
It
You know
was
what? Maybe because she had long legs, she had really good flexibility.
I actually preferred hers to Booker T's.
Oh yeah, Booker T's always. He didn't get much higher.
Well, he's a big man.
He's not got very flexible hamstrings.
No, that's not true. He's a very flexible man. He really is.
I'm thinking King Booker.
You are thinking King Booker when he's gone and
He's
that
gone
sort of
a
thing.
little
If you
bit,
watch it in 2002, he's really flexible. He's got massive legs that go up really high. He's really flexible, really athletic. It's just I never really cared for Booker T's like scissors kick. But I really liked hers. I actually thought hers, and that was the second move, her Northern Lights,
give it
and then the
5.
scissor. So therefore, do you need to up her wrestling ability?
No, I do not.
I actually think it's a really good finisher for a woman in the Divas era. I actually think it was different.
Yeah,
and I liked it, even though it's a copy. We can't give it any higher because it's a copy, so I'm going to give it 6.
5.
I like the fact that 5 sounds like fine.
Yeah.
5.
Ultimately, what I mean, I've begrudgingly given her a lot of points against my
because
will.
I think you've been really harsh
Maybe
to
I
Alicia Fox. Let's have a look at the overall score. Sam, why have you given such a low score? I've given her 44. What have you given her?
32. And you know how I thought I gave her more points, but no, my original score was higher. I gave her 33 originally. She's gone down. Yeah, you know what, Sam? I did this power ranking at the same time as I did David Otunga's, and I was so cross and resentful about having to do David Otunga's that I think I projected my annoyance towards David Otunga on Alicia Fox, and I've just taken out on poor Alicia Fox. And I'm sorry, you could have been Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you'd have got 34. You know what I mean? I was that cross at David Otunga.
It gives her a not very respectable 76, and let's see where that puts her onto the women's leaderboard. It puts her in last place. You believe Maurice and Candice Michelle are better than Alicia Fox? If you'd have given the same score as me, she would have been higher than both of those.
But technically, by association, you also believe she isn't as good because they're joint scores. Technically.
Okay, if you took an average, you dropped mine dramatically.
Yeah, exactly. So I basically made it look like yours.
Yeah, you're making blaming me.
Yeah.
I've given her higher than I did for Maurice and Candice Michelle.
Look.
Don't you gaslight me into believing it was my fault. I love Alicia Fox.
I do as well.
No, you don't.
She's probably a great person, and she's a better wrestler than me.
Yeah, she definitely can do a really good Northern Light suplex. Thank you very much for joining us. Who would you like us to power rank the next time? And hopefully I'll give someone a positive person for Sam to do so that they can be nicer for the rest of the people we might have to look
Tommy
at.
Wilson 90 for some reason.
I'll be really happy.
These really just depend on how I feel.
They really do.
I cannot express that enough.
Asuka and the Hardy Boys are still like wiping wounds.
I must have been hungover when I did them for some reason. I was just giving them. I don't know.
I do this properly because I take this seriously. They're all ranking themselves. They're all sat there going, "Where am I going to land on the leaderboard?" This is important. Yeah. This is important journalism.
And I just
ruined everything.
Undercut it with complete bias.
Being a mark.
Yes.
That's how this works. Objective mark. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. How would you have rated Alicia Fox out of 10? Put it in the comments and we will see you next time. Alicia Fox. Well, that was not Scottish.
Alicia Fox.
Thank you. Yeah. Noam Dar. If we did Noam Dar, we couldn't rate Noam Dar because I can't remember Noam Dar.
Anything. No.
4.